What is going on, players? Welcome back to the channel where you don't have to be a Gladiator Beast fan, but it sure does help if you are. Today, I'm here bringing you guys some new secret technology far away in a distant land, North Carolina and DC. There are a couple of scientists who are working hard each and every day to discover the new secret builds for Gladiator Beast. Hopefully, one day next week, I'll be able to have one of them on in a chat and we can play some Gladiator Beast with them. But today, I am bringing you a Gladiator Beast build, not seen before competitively for sure, but one that definitely has a lot of great viability within the world of Gladiator Beast. And we're going to start off with the standard 3 Test Tiger, 2 Liquori, 2 Rediari, and 2 Equesti. So these, I think, in my mind, are the best. These numbers are not playable. I personally would never recommend anyone plays Gladiator Beast without Test Tiger. It is essentially a metamorphosis for Gladiator Beast. Does an amazing job. The Quarry, obviously the hair cleaners. Access 2100 is very important. Rediari, I think, is undeniably at this point one of the better Gladiator Beasts, if not the best Gladiator Beast, with the ability to control your opponent and what they do. And Equesti, the other consideration for the best Gladiator Beast, just recycling stuff is insane. And here's something that is a little bit different. I do play 2 Hoplomys in this because, as we know, Gladiator Beasts are definitely weak to certain decks, and not even certain decks, certain monsters. For example, if your opponent summons a Gene-whooped Werewolf, well, you're kind of stuck. So we do run the 2 Hoplomys just to help avoid that, and of course it does help against things like Blackwings and the occasional Hero Beat, if those do even exist anymore. We do run the one of Darius, the one of a Secutor. If you're gonna run Test Tiger, I would always run Secutor. It's just too good. The one of Bestiari, wisest card at 1, no one can tell me. The one of Murmillo, sometimes so good I want to run 2. One of Samnite, a card that also has a strong consideration for 2 copies. However, I just never find myself wanting to run 2 copies, to be honest with you. And then the new card, the new technology that these scientists have been hard at work discovering and working with is this Gladiator Beast Spartacus. So this is a dinosaur level 5 Gladiator Beast monster, and I will put its effect right there, but it can only be special summoned by the effect of Hoplomys. When special summoned, add 1 Gladiator Beast equip spell card from your deck to your hand, and then at the end of battle phase, it can tag out, same as every other Gladiator Beast. And then finally, except Spartacus, finally we have 1 Rescue Cat to go with our Samnite and Test Tigers, because obviously Rescue Cat continues to be the best monster in Gladiator Beast. So you're probably wondering, hey, why do you run Gladiator Beast Spartacus? Well, Spartacus is interesting. It is a card that early game allows you to go +1 on summons off an attacked Hoplomys, for example, or if you attack with Hoplomys, you get to bring out it is also a 2200, which is pretty insane within a format where something, like I said, Gene-whooped Werewolf or specifically Cyber Dragon really hamper Gladiator Beast's ability to survive. So if you ever try this out, I'm not saying you should. I am. I know, and I know these other players are. Spartacus at 2200 is shockingly effective. Shockingly very effective. So we'll move that off to the side. Going into the spells, I personally run 3 Book of Moon. I know some of these other players are dropping this down to 2 copies just to make room for some of their more preferred spells and traps, things of that nature. With the Spartacus, and this is why Spartacus is actually significantly good in this build, we do run the 3 Respites. So Spartacus is able to go search one of those equip spell or trap, or equip spells, and then becomes an additional card for Respite to return to the deck, making Respite significantly more consistent, as well as you don't have to return hands of, say you have 2 hard-drawn Gladiator Beasts, you don't need to return your 2 Gladiator Beast monsters. You can return one of your equips, and now you have 3 fresh cards. So I think it's pretty cool. 1 Heavy Storm, 1 MST, and then the first equip, we run Gladiator Beast Battle Manica. And then we also run, I'll just show them both. I have Archfiend Shield. This could be a second Manica. Potentially, you only have to run 1 Manica and no other equips. But there's also another one called Gladiator Beast Halberd that equips the Gladiator Beast, and when it attacks, it destroys a spell or trap card. Obviously, the biggest problem with the equips are their weakness to things like Deep Prison and Compulse. But let's go into the effects. These both have the effects that when the monster they are equipped to, so in this case, let's say Spartacus searches them out, and I equip it to Spartacus. if Spartacus attacks or is attacked and returns to the deck, this, by game mechanic, goes to the grave. Its effect activates automatic Chainlink 1 when the new Gladiator Beast comes out. Chainlink 1 returns to the hand, Chainlink 2 destroys something. So, best here, I destroy something, this returns back to my hand. I can now equip this back to the new Gladiator Beast. So, what actually has happened quite often is, you know, attack with something, whatever, summon Murmillo, destroy their one of monster, and then just equip it with this. Or, if it's not Murmillo, maybe it's Secutor, and then that. But let's go over their effects. So Battle Manica is essentially a Waboku for one monster. So let's see if I can bring it up a little bit closer to the screen. It cannot be, the monster equipped cannot be destroyed by battle. So basically it is, you know, super weak to like Prison, Compulse, Book of Moon, whatever. But if you're going offensive and you have some capabilities that you know you're able to go, again, Secutor, equip with this, and now you can just attack into their monster and then go summon, I don't know, Liquori, Equesti, whatever. Start recycling stuff. If it is equipped here, again, this attacks, this returns to your hand, you get another Gladiator Beast to add another card to your hand, and now you're up 3 cards. And then this one, Gladiator Beast, Battle Archfiend Shield. If the Gladiator Beast monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. So kind of similar to Battle Manica, and maybe Battle Manica is a little bit better, but this protects against random torrent, which is kind of weird because if I summon the Gladiator Beast and they torrent, then this card's useless. But really Mirror Force, or again, like Battle Protection, maybe Dark Arm Dragon, Absolute Zero, something like that, right? But if the monster, and this includes fusion, so if a monster's fusion something and sent to the extra deck, so if I fusion something, Gyzaris, equipped with this, and it returns to the extra deck, this returns back to my hand. But yeah, 2 searchable cards that protect Gladiator Beast on my turn or their turn and really open up a lot of plays. Hopefully I'll have some replays that kind of showcase how powerful these cards can be, specifically Battle Manica. I'm not really set on Archfiend Shield yet, but it's an option. Might just be 1, possibly 2 Battle Manica. Halberd is also an option. And then we go into the traps. Traps are probably a lot more standard. We run the 3 of D Prison, 1, 2, 3 D Prisons, 2 Bottomless. 2 Trap Stun. I think Trap Stun is just insane in Gladiator Beast. At this point, if you're not running Trap Stun in Gladiator Beast, I think you're doing it wrong. Obviously, Dust Runner is good. In fact, I do main the one of Dust Runner because it works great with Trap Stun. I like Dust Runner because it actually gets rid of the problem, and he's useful against something like Black Whirlwind, for example. Dust Runner is insane. Or in-phase Dust Runner and then set Trap Stun. But typically, Trap Stun is just as good. You know, you can usually get a 1-for-1 by chaining it against a D Prison, Mirror Force, whatever it might be, or you can preemptively activate, and hopefully you have a big push with a Secutor or some kind of Gyzaris fusion that you're going to blow up their board regardless. I do run the 2 Chariots. I have 1 Dust Shoot, 1 Mirror Force, and 1 Solemn Judgment. Of note, I did drop, what's it called? Call the Haunted from the deck, because I no longer run Prisma. So while Call the Haunted is still great for getting back Tigers and Rescue Cat, outside of pretty much those, Darius and Equesti do a better job of recycling monsters than Call the Haunted would. So if I don't draw either of those, how do I say? Chances are, I'm not going to say positive, but very likely that a Darius or Equesti is going to do a little bit more, or maybe the exact same as what Call the Haunted would have done. So I did drop Call the Haunted just to keep the deck at 40. Again, ratios are something I'm playing around with. A couple of the scientists have dropped Ready already down to 1 copy. They're only on 1 copy of Hop to the 1 copy of Spartacus. But I will say, this did originally start out as kind of a meme build. But once we started playing it, we realized, wow, maybe not so much Spartacus. Spartacus is good, don't get me wrong. Being able to go Hop into Spartacus is very powerful. But specifically, the equips are like shockingly good against decks that traditionally Gladiator Beasts are not so good against in these beater matchups, Herald, or Honest X. I do want to show one more card. It's actually a fusion for many of you players out there who don't know it. This is Gladiator Beast Gaudias. Gladiator Beast Gaudias is a fusion between Spartacus, right there, and any other Gladiator Beast. He is a monster that's basically Big Bang Shot, so his attack's lower than their defense. He inflicts damage. He's at 2,600, which is extremely useful, and also extremely importantly, if he attacks, he can also tag out to tag in 2 more Gladiator Beasts. So that is very notable for sure. Very, very notable. Just another option to be able to do stuff with Spartacus or whatever it might be. And he can go into, obviously, the Bestiary. So what can happen, if you get like a good trap stun off and you have this on board, attack over, I don't know, Stardust, right? Because he can do that. And you have trap stun, so they can't respond. You can now tag him out to, let's say, Bestiary and a Questy. Maybe a Questy adds something back, I don't know. And then these two fuse out to your guys' ours to then pop 2 more cards. So I will say, it's been surprising how what did start off as like kind of a meme build, how good the Gaio DS fusion, the Spartacus, the equips, and then how good they also make the respites. Respite is something I've been wanting to try for a while, but the numbers and basically the way respite plays kind of lead you to believe that respite is not a very good card. And it's not in more traditional builds, but I think if you have a build that's actually more focused on Gladiator Beast, for example, when frogs focus more on the frogs and then they start adding more dupes, the flip-flop, stuff like that in the newer builds, and you can see maybe they might be a little bit better than what used to play. I think maybe Gladiator Beast is the same way. When you start adding more Gladiator Beast, perhaps the deck gets a little bit better. But that is all today. Please go out, try the cards, play with them, see what's going on, utilize what's around you. Edison is closed format. You have nothing but time to keep playing new decks. And leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Have a wonderful day, and bye.